I love academics.
I know you do.
I don't know why you don't like
You're
him.
a fuckboy too.
No, nah. You're a fuckboy, bro.
Oh, the comebacks.
Look at this. I even got his just so I can not miss a post.
Oh my god.
On God, I watch until I go to bed, bro. That sounded
Pause.
sus. Yeah, that sounds sus. That sounded sus. I watch his videos though a lot.
Cold, ain't nothing left. Already gave it too much breath. I'm throwing curve. Who's up next? I cannot decide what I love less. Fame or the fake shit I'm chasing. Greatness over basics. Yeah, yeah. Dipping, 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 dipping. My wheel spinning.
Podcast 42.
Motherfucker.
Moe-T podcast.
Why can't I hear shit?
I can't hear anything either, really.
Lately, I've been seeing my advantage over competition. They all want it just as bad
Are your headphones turned up?
Hello? Oh,
Better?
yeah, that's better.
Is that good or?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Oh yeah, right
Wait,
there.
a little bit higher. A little, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Wow.
So I was on the podcast 10 podcasts ago.
32?
Yeah. Or no. Yeah, it was.
Better get your math right.
Because I remember I being like, 32 degrees, and that's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's getting warmer then.
Yeah, it is.
42 degrees in this
Ah.
bee.
That's 42 degrees part 2.
And it's 4:42 right now?
No, it's not. That's insane. It actually is. What
That's
the fuck?
wild.
Yeah.
And Moe-T's 42 years old?
True.
Not far off from 32.
That's facts.
Podcast 42. Just in case anyone forgot, I'm Moe-T. This is Packy and Apollo,
Yep.
our special guest today.
Hello.
This on special.
Damn.
Well, I know Apollo's in here because he was super psyched to talk about the Joyner
Tory Lanez.
Tory
shit.
Lanez beef,
Yeah.
What?
which, you
I
know,
must have missed that.
I could have given two fucks about.
You didn't care about
What?
it?
I thought it was dope.
Yeah. So did you listen to all the songs?
I actually did, though. I did.
The one.
Just because everybody was talking about it, so I had to hear what all the hype was.
See, it didn't get as much hype as it should have, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean they're
I
not
thought it
like
got exactly as much hype as it should
No.
have.
they're not like the biggest artists in the world.
But Tory
especially
Lanez is
Joyner.
pretty fucking big,
Yeah.
dude. He's like a B-list celebrity.
Plus,
Yeah.
it wasn't like beef. It was just like
See, at first it wasn't beef.
fabricated.
I feel like it was at the end a little bit, though.
What do you mean? Referring to what?
Like they were actually taking shots towards each other instead of at the
In
beginning.
the songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they were also just like on IG laughing it up together
Yeah.
after those things were posted. So that's what I mean. Where it's not beef. Like they don't like legitimately have a problem.
Hate
with
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't mean that in like some bad way. I think it was dope and entertaining, and I think they both did a good job.
Yeah.
Who would you give it to?
Tory Lanez.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I agree.
Tory Lanez for sure. Because everyone keeps saying Joyner, but I feel like Tory Lanez had more lines like that were actually like clever, and or Joyner Lucas was just rapping to rap.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree. But I heard so many people on Joyner's side.
Yeah.
Especially after what was it, the Liddy ones?
Yeah.
They
Dude,
both
he
did that
murdered
first.
he murdered him on Liddy,
Bro, you talking about Tory?
Yeah.
That's what I couldn't
Yeah.
believe, bro, because I heard like after the Liddy freestyles, I heard a lot of people saying Joyner.
Yeah.
And then after the next ones, I actually heard a few people coming around to Tory.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, Tory murked him on the Liddy freestyle.
I know. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I did. No, I did.
Yeah.
I thought Tory had more lines, like more to say.
Yeah, because-
overall.
Joyner Lucas actually like he recycled lines from a song called Winter Blues too
Word.
on it. Yeah, it was annoying.
One of his own songs?
Yeah.
See, but this is the conundrum I always have with the beef songs, though, because I always feel like I end up liking the ones that are better songs better.
See, here's the thing. I'm a Joyner Lucas fan too, so
Me
it's
too.
it's not like I'm like coming from a biased
No,
standpoint.
but that's the thing is, especially this day and age, I'm just kind of like if we're talking beef wise, yeah, I think Tory won the beef,
100%.
or the battle, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But dude, I just like listening to Joyner more.
To Joyner?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like the ZZ one? There was Liddy and ZZ, right?
Yeah, well
Right.
there was Lucky
Right.
You, and then there
But
was
Tory did Lucky You, right?
So technically this is how it's
Yeah, give me the timeline.
The Lucky You came first, right?
so
Give me the timeline.
Lucky You was first, so it was So this is what Tory says, at least, and Joyner kind of agrees. Where it's so Tory's what's it called? Argument is that he went his hardest on his "Lucky You" verse because you're not gonna go not your hardest on a song with Eminem. So he after they like talked shit on Instagram, he dropped his "Lucky You" remix, and that was round 1 technically.
Yeah.
And then round 2 was Liddy, the Liddy freestyles.
Okay.
And then round 3 hasn't happened. Well, I mean, it kind of happened because he dropped his ZZ remix, but what's his name? Tory never dropped.
And Tory kind of hinted that he might drop something else.
Yeah,
but
he did.
Hasn't yet. But
He's dropped one right now while we're on the podcast.
so what? So you just referred to you liking one.
It was I like the it was technically round 2 then, I guess.
Liddy.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Joyner's Liddy?
Yeah.
Better than Tory's?
I thought the like not what he was saying, but like the way that he said it is like, I don't know. It was just more like catchy to me.
Yeah, I was all Tory all day.
I was more focused on the rapping.
See, that's the thing is like,
because that was what the whole thing was about. Who
no,
could rap
and
better
I get
than
it,
him.
and
I
it's
can't beats that are already out.
Yeah.
No, okay, fine. But what I'm saying is, it's just like songwriting in general. Like, not if we're just literally taking it for the beef or whatever. Like, I just enjoyed listening to him more than I did. Like, if we're literally just talking beef, I'm agreeing with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I was, because Tory, like, it's not like he was bad or anything like that. Like, I enjoyed both.
I didn't know he could rap like that.
That's the thing, bro. People don't understand. I feel like I'm a bigger Tory fan than most. Like, I've been a big Tory fan for a while now, and that motherfucker can do everything.
Yeah.
Like, he can go make an R&B album better than most R&B cats.
Did you hear?
And then he can go rap with Joyner Lucas, and in my opinion, get the better of him.
I didn't know he could rap until that Funk Flex freestyle he did. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, dude, that shit. I think Tory won in all aspects in that one.
For sure. But you think Joyner?
No. The battle, I know that Tory won. Like, because it's all about what's said.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the thing with this not technically being like beef, is I wasn't even necessarily.
What do you mean by that though?
Like when I look at Pusha and Drake or whatever, they
actually hate each other.
They're legitimately like at each other. Yeah, they don't fuck with each other. And like Drake doesn't fuck with Kanye, and like that whole shit is like in real life. They don't fuck with each other.
Okay.
In this shit, it's like after this shit's done, they're like on split screen IG together, laughing and smiling about let's make a song together and like blah blah blah. So which is
but
fine.
it's still beef on the record though.
Right. Yeah, I guess I just wouldn't use the term beef. Like it's a diss track. They're diss tracks.
It's like
diss tracks, whatever.
It's like a competition.
Yeah,
I wish there was more of.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Because
it was cool. But I wasn't even necessarily listening. Not listening, but when I say Tory won, I wasn't even necessarily focused on like what you're saying. Oh, he definitely dissed Joyner harder or whatever. I was just like, he fucking rapped better.
Yeah.
To me.
He made a better rap song.
Yeah. Like his bars, not even his bars, and not just his bars.
He rebutted a lot. Like he was like things that Joyner said in the song, he would like rebuttal and explain. Like,
everything was everything about it was dope to me. And he like Joyner's whole thing, because there's this whole crowd out there that's like fast rap, whatever, lyrical.
Talking to
Tory did that too.
Yeah,
Tory fast rapped and said shit, and like that's what got me is I figured when they were going into this competition, I was like, Joyner's gonna rap fast and people are gonna say Joyner beat him.
Yeah.
But Tory doubled down and did the same shit and fucking said something while he was doing it.
Yeah. He did. I like it. I like the competition aspect, because it always ends into beef and people hate each other. But when there's two artists that I actually fuck with, I wish they would just like leave it to rapping, you know what I'm saying? Cuz I would like to hear them on a song too.
Tory's one of the best artists out there.
I was saying that.
Yeah, no,
I think that too.
I agree with that.
He might be
best all around artist.
All
he
around,
can do everything.
Tory might be right now at this current moment. Tory, this is gonna be a hot take.
Okay. Oh fuck.
At this current moment, Tory might be in my top 5.
Really?
Not like top 5 best rapper. I'm just saying
five artists of all time?
No. Who I want to listen to right now.
See, here's the thing. I don't listen to Tory Lanez. I just know he's a great artist.
Dude, have you listened to did you listen to his last album?
No. Let Me Now?
Yeah.
No.
It's pretty good. Did you listen to his one before that?
Mm-mm.
That shit. Listen
What was
to
it
that.
called?
God, I can't even.
I've literally only listened to Say It and
Oh, bro, you're missing
LA
out.
Confidential and what else?
I think it's called "I Told You."
Oh, I did actually listen to
No.
that.
Okay, I told
My
you it was his first one, and it was good. To me, "Memories Don't Die."
Yeah, I actually heard that on a drive to Rochester Hills.
"Memories Don't Die," or "I Told You."
I think it was whatever the balloon was.
Oh, okay, "Memories Don't Die."
Yeah, I heard that. It was amazing.
Yeah, that shit is fucking
Yeah, that was good.
sick,
I forgot
bro.
about that.
That album is fire.
Yeah, he's fire. He's not my top 5, but
He's top 5 of who I want to listen to right now, I think.
who else?
Because I do value, because I like the different vibes. Like, I appreciate guys that rap their ass off,
Yeah.
but they're rarely, I should say, in my top 5 who I want to listen to right now, because that's what they do. They rarely have like other avenues. Whereas, that's why I always say if I was stuck on an island and I had to listen to one artist for the rest of my life, it'd be Drake. Not because like Drake's the best rapper or whatever, but Drake has so many different sounds I can listen to that I would never, and such a big catalog that I would never get tired. That's like, to a lesser extent, how I feel about Tory. Like, he's got his fucking Chicks tape mixtapes that are fire, where he like samples old tracks and does R&B shit.
Yeah.
He can rap his ass off. He's got the pop records. He's got everything, and he's got a big catalog at a young age, or at an early stage. I was just about to say, I don't know how old he is, but at this stage in his career, like he's still a newer artist, and he's got fucking like 3 albums out.
Yeah, I don't know why
isn't he high 20s? Like,
I would guess that.
age, because
he's 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's still. That was something I liked that he said. He said about Joyner, he's like 80s baby, trying to be a 90s baby, early 30s or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
That's funny.
I think he's up there for me. And if I really went through it, maybe I'm off on that top 5 of who I want to listen to right now. Like, maybe like Drake and J. Cole are definitely in there.
J. Cole.
But yeah, Tory's there. Tory's right up there for me. And this, I think, allows people like me who fuck with him to also like say he's a fucking rapper. Like,
yeah, he is.
A lot of people that aren't familiar with his catalog.
He started rapping and then he became a singer, right?
And a lot of people that aren't familiar with his catalog kind of put him a little more in that pop R&B box. And now, hopefully, some of the hip hop world is taking a little bit of a closer look.
Tory Lanez has like 4 different voices.
Yeah,
it's insane.
That's one thing I don't know if I'm sold on. Is like that fucking voice.
Yeah, he does a lot.
But
I have a homie that has a song with him, and he just sounds like.
Is it me?
No.
Oh.
But you do have a song with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. No, his name's Zero. He has a song with him, and he does that in the song. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro? Yeah, that's funny.
All right, so Tory Lanez, the winner.
Yeah, Tory Lanez is the end.
Is that just because you have a song with him?
Isn't that crazy to you?
That I have a song with him?
Yeah.
Crazy stupid for me to not sit on it.
That's true,
okay. That song is like 4 years old.
I don't even remember how does he sound the same on the hook that he does?
Yeah, he's singing.
Would people believe that was new?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's generic enough that
If you could remix it, I think I've heard it one time.
Do we have his stems?
I made the beat.
Do we have his stems?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we have his stems.
Let's remix it. Re-release.
Bro, you could remix it though.
We should.
With your like new voice, like you have a different voice than you used to rap with.
Yeah, I know. That's part of the reason why it's not like I never even go back and reference it as a thing. Like, it's a cool song, but I just feel like I'm
play that hook real quick if someone's got it.
I'll find it. I got it.
I've never really like dived into it.
Do you have the stems on that computer?
That would be crazy.
I don't know if it's on this computer, but
that's insane. I think
I have it somewhere.
You working, make it happy, yo. Ride, slide. Make your way to the east side, girl. Hop up into your ride. Hop up into your ride.
That's fire as fuck.
I know.
What?
I'm rich and I'm famous and I'm on it.
Yeah, he doesn't sound any different.
Confident enough to say that
Sounds like out like let's say it like you know what I'm saying.
Come around, I'm coming down 'cause I want it. I want it.
Why don't you Bro, you're so much better now. You know what I'm saying?
I know. But, I mean,
What?
I used it already.
If you could, bro, make a new beat for it, go crazy.
Bro, you're ruining the fact that it's on my next album. I took all my biggest features and I used them again.
Oh, fuck. That would be crazy. That's Moe-T's next project.
The re-release.
Right.
Re-release.
Again.
The redo.
That's hilarious.
That's it? That's all we have to say about that?
Yeah, good talk.
All 17 minutes of that?
That was good talk, though.
What do you think about your boy 6ix9ine right now, Paula?
I fuck with him.
Oh, God.
It sucks, though. I think he deserves it, for sure, but not that much time, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he deserves to go to prison. He's an idiot, though.
Do you even know like what the extent is?
Yeah, because it's for, what is it, RICO and racketeering, right? Which is like gang affiliation.
Yeah, but isn't there
But
like
I don't
more?
think that he was really affiliated with a gang is what I'm trying to say. I think he's a person that used it to make themselves popular on the
That's what we're gonna figure out
on the
right?
gram.
Like,
You know,
No one knows though, right?
well,
Like
that's,
there hasn't been anything released like proving one way or the other.
I did hear that they like the RICO charge is very much, as far as I know, I'm not super familiar with it, but as far as I know, it is very much like affiliation and shit like that to it's what they used to use with like the mob and shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I did hear that they specifically think he was involved in an armed robbery.
That's what I heard.
Which makes no sense because they said it was in April, which he would have been. He's been popping since before April.
But why does that not?
Why the fuck would he do that?
Look at all the dumb shit
he's a
he does,
dumbass.
bro.
But why would he actually do that? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
But he's
I
a
don't-
dumbass.
I don't disagree with why would he do that.
I
I'm
don't
just
understand
saying,
why.
I'm
he
just
would.
saying why would he do that doesn't
Why
mean
does
he didn't do
Yeah,
it.
why does he do half of the shit that he does?
Yeah, armed robberies because you need money. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Not to mention you'd be surprised
No.
like
and
with
like,
with these dumbass kids though, they're like, I want to live. I have to live that life to keep up my persona. That might be how dumb he is.
that's the thing, there's levels to
How dumb you are.
well, yeah, there's levels to how dumb you are, and there's levels to like the money situation. Like, I'm sure how poppin' a lot of people think 6ix9ine is, and he's poppin'.
Yeah.
Very poppin'.
Yeah.
I think his money doesn't add up to how poppin' he is. Now that
No.
doesn't mean he doesn't have money.
Yeah.
That means he's way more poppin' than the money he has. I think. Especially, dude, he
Well,
talked
did
about
you-
how his management was stealing from him and shit like that.
Yeah.
Did you hear like the most recent thing though of like
He had 1.7.
1.7, but he owed this show promotion company that was putting on a bunch of his upcoming shows
800,000.
800 some thousand.
There
And
you
then
go.
he owed this like security place 100,000.
Yeah.
He really has $700,000.
And probably a shit ton of expenses.
Yeah, well, yeah, on top of that we don't even know about.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, to you and me, $700,000, still a fucking shit ton of money, but you're talking about expenses. You're talking about
And he won't be popping.
keeping up with a lifestyle.
hmm
If he comes back, if he goes to prison and he comes back, he won't be popping. You know what I'm saying anymore, like at all.
If it's in like X amount of
Yeah.
years, yeah. That's the interesting thing here is like, dude, his court date isn't even till his trial isn't until September. So if he doesn't get
September of next year,
Yeah.
if he doesn't get bail, like which
fuck no, shut up.
which he might not get bail, his trial is until September 4th. So even if everything went amazingly for him,
Didn't they deny him bail?
Yeah, they did.
well, yeah, but I don't know specifically, but I know the court system. Dude, there's like so many different channels to like appeal things and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I wouldn't say just because he didn't get bail now that he necessarily there's
Won't
zero
ever-
chance he
yeah.
won't get out before September 4th
Right.
on bail.
That's
But
a long time.
it could be. I don't know, but
But it still could be a significant amount of time.
yeah, and it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. He stays in jail till his trial date.
Yeah.
And then if on top of that he gets some years, it's like, yo, you're looking at like some dude that made the climb to fame super fast and got super high and is just done.
Well, and that's why like a lot of these older guys are like, dude, like I hope younger kids are watching just because it's like, even if he doesn't deserve any of this shit or whatever, like there's consequences, dude, if you even play in these arenas. Like there just is. Like you have to be careful about what you're doing. You
Yeah.
can't You can't play these games.
Well, and what was his big thing throughout a lot of these press runs and a lot of his time on top was like how untouchable he was, right?
Yeah.
And all this shit. And it's like, dude, in the meantime, the feds are literally building a case against you.
Right.
So all these untouchable things that you think you're just getting by on, they're literally just putting them in your file.
No.
Yeah.
And now they're going to use it all against you. And like I said, I don't know. Maybe he isn't involved like they think, and maybe he won't get convicted and like all that shit. So I'm not going to sit here. I'm always, innocent until proven guilty type shit, and I'm never going to until he's proven in a court of law, because I don't know enough about him to really I don't follow his day-to-day moves. So I just know the general perception of him.
But it's like with anything though, it's just like if you play, like even if you hang with criminals and shit like that, like I don't care if you've never done anything, like dude, that shit just follows you.
Well, and that's the thing when you're starting to talk about serious crime here, like armed robbery. You could literally have nothing to actually do with the armed robbery. Yeah. But if you are in a car that's involved in, like, you're in trouble, man. Like you're looking at accomplice shit. Like, so if you're hanging around with motherfuckers that are doing this type of thing on a daily basis and like shooting, and shit like that, bro, you're gonna get in some fucking trouble.
Just being in a car is aiding.
Yeah.
The armed robbery.
Yeah,
like you don't even have to be driving.
That's the thing. RICO charges are like it's a lot of like, I know his shit was a lot of drug deals, shootings, and robberies.
Yeah,
and it's like even if he literally never touched a cent or never touched a gun, if he's just there through it all, and then he's the forward-facing member that's always facing the media, throwing up the gang.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly how this shit works, but it doesn't look good.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see, man. But
that's
dude,
upsetting.
If he gets convicted. Minimum of 32 years. Minimum. If he's convicted.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And could be life. That's crazy.
For the rest of his life. And then people are talking about, snitching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, don't snitch. You know what I'm saying? But if for the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying? I'm snitching, bro. I don't give a fuck,
and
bro.
That's the vibe I've gotten from him in the little bit I've seen him in interviews and stuff is I've gotten the vibe that he isn't really about that life. And he is doing it for fame and clicks and likes and downloads and purchases and becoming the biggest.
That's what it seems
thing.
like.
Right.
And even in his Breakfast Club interview where he's like, what is Treyway?
Yeah, he's already back. Like, so he's not like, that or die. Like, I ain't snitching.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that type. He might say a lot of that shit, but I don't think he's that type. So yeah, when it comes down to it, I would guess he would too. But I don't know, man. It's the whole thing we talk about a lot with just. Image is so crazy in hip hop, man. It's like
it's a big thing.
It can get you so many places, but it's also like,
is it worth it?
You kind of become a caricature.
Yeah.
You're in danger of becoming a caricature of yourself.
Well, even this type of a thing, like it's exactly what we're saying. As far as even if he literally didn't do anything and was just around, like that's enough.
Well, I don't know if that's enough, but
it's enough
to get you in trouble.
It's enough to get you significant time though too.
Indicted.
Yeah. Or just like
that's
serious trouble.
That's what I mean.
Like
I
as
don't
far
know
as
if
that
it's
type
enough to get you significant time. Like it depends on what's going on and what being around means. Like being around isn't a crime.
If you aided it at all. Like if they can paint that picture that which being the face of something like that would be aiding.
Right. And that's the fucked up thing too is this day and age, all these motherfuckers, like 6ix9ine's a good example. You're talking about like when he goes to prison, like is he gonna snitch and blah blah to get less time? Bro, throughout the last year, these motherfuckers have been snitching on themselves on social media in a lot of little like smaller incidents. It's like you're always talking about the crime you're committing on social media when everybody's watching and everything is recorded.
Right.
See, and the people that he would be snitching on tried to fucking kill him too.
Yeah.
So
I heard that.
That's crazy. Super violate or whatever they said, which mean like killing basically.
Bro, I don't really know what to say. Like, if he was a part of all this dumb shit, then he's dumb and he probably fucked up his life. But, and you know, he had a super promising career for whatever anybody wanted to say about him. Like he was popping,
dude. One of the most popping in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
He could say that and it was true.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was popping.
I mean, I'm not gonna act like I know dick about whether he's gonna get convicted or not. Like I don't know any of those.
I don't know either
details. But at the very least, if his trial is until September 4th, At the very least, that dude's fucked for a year. At the very least. You are at the top of popping, and you are fucked for a year.
I hope he
at the
gets
least.
bail.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some serious allegations. That's what's crazy is like you see a lot of these things pop up of like, oh, there was a shooting, and you hear like Tekashi's name brought up, and then you just move on to the next thing, or like there was this, and then you hear his name brought up, and you move on to the next thing, and you see him doing a Breakfast Club interview, and you're just like, whatever. You as the fan kind of get a vibe that like these dudes are either untouchable or they're just throwing their names into these stories just because they make them more interesting.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden you see these charges, and you're like, holy shit, that's real.
Right. But that's the thing. You have to like, you have to even step outside the box. And whenever you see these stories and you're like, oh, they throw themselves into it just to fabricate or whatever, like just even giving a face or fueling the fire, it's not like they design these laws for a reason because they don't want you to do that.
Right.
Like that's dangerous. That doesn't help anybody.
Well, the other thing I was thinking too, like, you know how you brought up how he, in the Breakfast Club interview, he was like, oh, that gang shit isn't really blah, blah, blah. He might have just been getting out ahead of shit too. Mm-hmm. Like if he, like we both kind of got the vibe he wasn't super about that life. Yeah. But let's say he was kind of about that life. And that Breakfast Club interview was very, very shortly before all this shit happened.
Really, a couple days.
Yeah, and so he might have been sensing some shit coming down, and he's getting out ahead of it. Yeah. Like, no, I ain't that fucking involved. Like that's just some blah blah blah. I cut off all my people. Like, so he might not have been saying that shit if he didn't know this stuff was coming down the tracks. So maybe he was more about that life than we think, and he was just getting out ahead of it. I don't know.
To me, that's pretty convenient. Like just a couple days before that, you say
that's fucking crazy. Like that. People are smart. He's just a smart dude, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of the
smart guy.
That's what I was so surprised by was I just heard his name like when he started popping. Yeah. And I saw him and I was like I don't know. Yeah. But then when I saw, I think the first interview I ever saw, it might have been the Breakfast Club one. The first one. And I was like, this dude actually isn't a moron like I thought he was.
Fucking
like,
oh my god.
He's calculated. He knows what he's doing with a lot of this shit. But then you see this shit happen, and you're like, oh, I guess he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I thought more of it was fake than it seems like it actually was.
Yeah. I think it's more serious than probably he would like to think right now.
Yeah.
That's his life. That's your entire life. You'll never get out of that shit.
That's miss me on some prison, bro. Miss me.
Yeah.
Dude, just reading about everything that happened, like the marshals came in and got him, like that shit does not happen to just like that's some serious shit.
And the feds, like, what is it called? Rate is like 98% for people getting locked up or something.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it?
So he's like has like a 2% chance he'll get out.
I mean, that's what I'm saying is like everything that has happened in this thing, it just leads me to believe that he's just fucked. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Like, dude, they don't just send the marshals in for any like Joe Schmo person. No. Like that's some serious shit.
Yeah. I would shit my pants, bro. I am not about that life.
Like that's crazy. You got the wrong
guy. You have an album called About That Life, bro.
I'm not about that life.
But you were.
The life wasn't defined.
Right. There's different types of lives, and I am not about that life.
Every single life except for that one.
Dude, what's up with this academic shit though? Like
that's your boy.
That's my guy.
Explain to me what's going on.
That is your boy. Wow, that was loud.
Turn down your computer, dude.
Explain your boy. What are you talking about though?
Like how he's involved with this, because I keep hearing like different shit on how he's like aiding certain things or like
So people are like saying basically that it was his fault because he was the one promoting on his page.
It was his fault that he got arrested?
That like I don't know, honestly. It's his fault that like the things he was doing was so publicized.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Somehow he got really wrapped up in this shit, and I don't know, like
because they're best friends.
Okay, so academics' whole vibe is like posting every piece of fuckery that happens in hip hop, and obviously 6ix9ine is one of the biggest proponents of pieces of fuckery in hip hop, and so they became like close. Which a third party would probably argue that like me.
I heard they only met a year ago.
Well, that's the thing. I would argue that they're not as like amazing friends as
Is what they make
yeah.
it seem.
They're more like 6ix9ine helps Academics get more poppin', and Academics helps 6ix9ine get more poppin'.
Right.
But that's just me. Academics claims they're friends, but it goes back to what I think is just snitching on yourself shit. Like, this is the shit that gets people popular, is posting everything and all the fuckery. So I don't think Academics had like bad intent. Like, I think he was trying to get 6ix9ine more poppin' and get himself more poppin'. But in posting all this fuckery, you are also putting all this fuckery online, available for mass people to consume.
Yeah.
And
What are we talking about? Like fucker?
I don't fuck with Academics, so I don't pay.
The fuckery is like
I don't pay
stupid
close
shit that
attention to it.
artists do. Like,
No. I mean, like how it pertains to 6ix9ine though.
like
as far as-
these motherfuckers going on Instagram Live and talking about stupid
blood,
shit.
yeah.
And like I
like
go
killing people and shit
Yeah.
like that.
like I go on Instagram Live and I talk to 40 people, and I'm not dumb enough to say some shit that would fuck me over, but I also would think 40 people are watching this live. Once I'm not live, this shit is gone.
Right.
When Tekashi 6ix9ine goes live, people like
Screen
Academics
record it.
are recording this shit and
No, I
then
got it.
posting it.
I got it.
Yeah.
So
I got
all
that.
this dumb shit you're saying live isn't live.
Right.
It's everywhere.
I don't
to
think,
be distributed and recorded over and over again.
Well, and they know that they're not
Right.
stupid. So
I know.
when I think about
Well,
it now, I
they're
don't think
stupid, but they know that.
I don't think they could be friends because he's still like, or like that good of friends because he still posts like the shitty things that happen. Like if you were friends, you wouldn't post like.
Well,
Because that's his business,
You know
bro,
what I'm saying?
and that's what I mean. I think they're
that's the
business
thing.
associates.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't-
business friends. They're not like I've seen from multiple sources that they've only been friends for like a little over a year. Like it hasn't been that long.
As soon as Tekashi came on the scene.
Yeah.
And no, I was just it was weird though because people were like seriously like both ways as far as like especially older people that are talking about this are just like I cannot like as whether or not he wants to take fault for this or whatever, like he has to hold some sort of responsibility or something like that. Like you can't just post this type of shit and not have some repercussions.
Okay, but that's why I choose to say Act's not really his friend. Because that's Act's job.
But he openly says that he is.
I know, and I'm disagreeing.
Okay.
Because that's Act's job, so Act does it, and as much as I don't like it personally as a person, like a lot of the shit Act does and shitty posts and all that shit, because I think it's just a bunch of fuckery. Whatever. That's how he pays his bills, and it's gotten him a lot of places.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he's not just gonna, if that was your boy, you might make an exception for him. He didn't.
Right.
To me, Act's either an idiot, which is possible, or it's not really his boy, which is also possible.
Wouldn't it benefit him though to say that they weren't friends though? Like
not in the world he lives in, because a lot of Academics viewers are 6ix9ine fans, right?
Yeah.
So,
but then by him doing that though, doesn't it like
but if Act
diminish his
but if
brand?
Act for the last year is like 6ix9ine's boy, like
Yeah, they're like
to the fans, to Act's fans and 6ix9ine's fans, and they're doing all this shit together, and Act's built up this fan base full of 6ix9ine fans, and then all of a sudden 6ix9ine goes to prison, and it's like, no, that wasn't my boy. That looks
That'd be
really
fucked up.
bad to your fan base.
Well, I
Like,
guess
that was your boy when shit was going well.
I guess I'm confused just
Exactly.
because I've heard from other sources then that Ack is like trying to hide some shit as far as what he's helped out in and things like that he might not have necessarily known he was helping out in, but could technically be traced to.
Okay.
I didn't. I'm just asking if anybody has heard that.
No,
same thing.
I haven't heard
I've
any
heard
of this.
that.
I'm like, this whole thing is me just in general talking about Academics. Like, I don't know any specifics.
I just heard there were more serious shit than just him posting the shit that 6ix9ine
him
did.
posting the shit is what's getting him like, you know what I'm trying to say, like getting him more in trouble.
No. I understand that. I'm just saying I thought I had heard that there was by him being friends with him, it got taken a step further by them thinking that they're friends or whatever and helping them out in ways that he wasn't even sure or what probably maybe even didn't even know was going to result in this, and is now somehow involved.
Yeah,
I don't really know shit about it, to be honest.
because what 6ix9ine is like convicted of is like being affiliated with gangs, but also like money laundering or whatever it's called. So like taking dirty money and making it clean. So people are like saying that people are accusing academics of being like his manager or something. And he's like, I've never had any partake in his money at all. Like I've never had my hand in his money. We were just friends. That's like what he said. He's been saying.
Yeah.
So he's like, I've never been involved with his money at all. Like we. Just
But he's probably being
and
investigated.
bro, that's a good example.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about like money laundering, but like that's
exactly what it is. That's what he's in there
and
for.
that's a good example of you might not have like the worst intentions and be this awful person and be shooting people and armed robberies and shit like that. But when you're the rich guy and you have all these people around you,
he's giving him money,
and they are doing fucked up shit and needing your help, you can naturally get yourself into fucked up shit.
Yeah,
you're involved now.
Like money laundering, like your friend needs a way to, whatever. It's not the equivalent of like murder,
Right.
But it's a crime.
But you're aiding it.
Yeah, it's a crime.
That's the
and your
thing.
friend is putting you in some fucked up shit.
Right.
So
I mean, technically, you're making the murder more likely to happen because you're aiding it.
and that's why
You're funding it, technically.
right, and that's why I can see a world where Tekashi 6ix9ine isn't personally like firsthand involved in like the most fucked up shit, but that he is involved enough to go down for it.
Yeah.
For a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering, like, who this is going to touch on in the hip hop world in general, like even his, like anybody that has been involved with him or anything like that. Like, the academics thing is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, really interesting.
Well, you better find out more about it then.
Just because I'm just like, how deep can something like that go as far as, because I don't ever think that academics is like this, like, person that would like do something that he knew was going to hurt other people or anything like that. I don't believe that for a second. But if he was just thinking, oh, this is all just for the money and it's fun and blah, 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 and it's just promotion and marketing, which he tends to think most things are, I could see him getting caught up in something that isn't necessarily good that he didn't even know was going to have bad effects.
Yeah, I don't know shit about academics as far as this shit relates.
But I just can see that with somebody like him.
Doesn't get fucked up.
Yeah, I would kind of doubt that anything would fall on academics, but I have no like basis for that. I just kind of would doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. I had just heard that there was just some other deeper shit going on with that. That was just more than just what he has posted.
Do you fuck with JID?
I don't really listen to him. I listened to the one song he put out with J. Cole. That's it.
He put out an album.
Is it fire?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Who's all on it?
Cole obviously. Black is on it.
I love Black.
Joy Badass and Method Man, I think, are on the same song.
That's crazy.
Yeah. LMA.
You know who I don't really fuck with? Kendrick Lamar. I don't.
What?
I don't. I really don't.
No.
I don't.
Why, bro?
Why? What is the reason?
I don't know. I liked Section 80, and I liked A Good Kid, Mad City. And then
Thank God you liked Good Kid, Mad City.
Right.
If you didn't
then
like
I would
that,
have to kick you out of the room.
No. And I liked Good Kid, Mad City a lot. And then I even liked it to Pimp a Butterfly.
So you like Kendrick Lamar?
No. But like
he has 4 albums out, and you just said you liked 3 of them.
Section 80's on an album.
For all intents and purposes.
Okay.
it is.
It's not though.
Okay, he has 4 projects.
I didn't
and
I didn't like Damn at all. I thought it was
I remember you telling me
the
that.
worst album. And then I think that I heard something else. I thought didn't he do another thing? Oh, the Untitled was terrible. I just re-listened to that last night.
I don't even include the Untitled
Yeah,
shit.
I don't really include that.
The only I look at that as a whatever that levitate. That was just a reason for that song to come out. Other than that, I don't even know what's on there. So I'll give you that. Take that out though.
Damn's bad too.
I think you're stupid for that.
Yeah, that's absurd.
But dude, Good Kid, Mad City
Crazy.
is like a possible top 5 album of all time.
Agreed.
What is?
Good Kid,
Good
Mad
Kid.
City.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. That's one of my top. That's my top 5. I just don't.
You can't have an artist's album in your top 5 and say you don't fuck with that.
I don't like his new. I don't. I like
Okay,
his. I
okay,
like,
you don't like
I
his
like
new
an
shit.
album. No, that's not true because I like.
You like Section 80.
I do like Section 8.
You like Good Kid, Mad City.
I do.
You like To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly's okay. What I'm saying is, there's like artists that I fuck with one album, and I don't really fuck.
But that's not Kendrick. You fuck with.
Yeah, but I don't. All right, fuck you guys
Yeah. Say you don't fuck with his new shit.
at all.
Okay. I would still disagree, but I can accept that as an answer
That's like-
based
I
off
li-
what you're saying.
I like
what's the cutoff for his new shit? Like
after To Pimp a Butterfly, everything after that.
See, and again, I'm not.
See, I didn't even like To Pimp a Butterfly that much, but I could still listen to it. I would still. Listen.
I didn't really either.
yeah, I think it was pretty average.
I thought To
didn't-
Pimp a Butterfly was a very like conceptual
Yeah.
album, and
Yeah.
and
I just I used
good album, not great replay value.
right.
Yeah.
So
I would say everything after Good Kid, Mad City, really.
okay, and then I guess that's
3
what's
albums.
that's what's crazy though is like no, don't include the Untitled shit. That was just like a
That
random.
was an album though.
Not really. Not as far as like marketing and shit like that was concerned and everything.
Okay, so
like, it
Kamikaze's
wasn't-
not an album.
Weren't they saying Untitled was
No, because
literally
the marketing after that was insane.
Weren't they saying Untitled was basically like stuff he worked on for To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah, it was like unreleased.
Yeah.
Like
Let's look that
yeah.
up, bro.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said at the time. So Kamikaze, Eminem literally sat down and made an album.
But Kamikaze was released the same way as like the last second major albums, and then they just
Right.
absurdly marketed afterwards with all these
Right.
videos and
I'm
shit like
pretty
that.
sure
like,
Kendrick said that Untitled was a lot of
like there was
unfinished
no
records.
marketing behind that
Is
Untitled. shit.
Untitled, Unmastered, an album? Yes.
That's not the question.
That's not the question.
Yes, it is.
Because technically, Section
is
80
an
is
album.
an album now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You're bugging, bro.
It is an album now. It wasn't when it was released, but it is now.
Also, any album that says Unmastered in the title, like,
I don't think this is Unmastered, does it?
isn't it Untitled Unmastered?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Compilation album. See, they don't even just say album, compilation album.
But it is an album.
Okay, whatever. Now you're getting into semantics, but we're not counting it.
It's
So if I go on Spotify and I see Section 80 on there under albums, is it an album?
yes. But
Well, you will then.
hold up. You could see Area
Okay,
51.
Okay,
Under-
here. No, you can't.
No, you
It's under
can't.
singles.
Oh, shit.
Here we go. It
Fucking
consists
forgot.
of previously unreleased demos that originated during the recording of To Pimp a Butterfly, continuing that work's exploration of politically charged and philosophical themes, as well as its experimentation with free jazz, soul, avant-garde music, and funk styles.
There
The
you go.
compilation album received widespread acclaim from critics, and it debuted atop the U.S. Billboard 200.
Guess I'm just not a fan.
That's fine. I'm not really either.
Well, I'm not
of
either,
that,
yeah.
and I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't a big fan of To Pimp a Butterfly.
But the thing is, it's going to follow the trend of To Pimp a
Right.
Butterfly
Those-
because it's demos
was like,
from that
That
project.
was like a whole year period of Kendrick Lamar doing a very
Soulful.
specific type of
Yeah.
music.
Exactly.
Um,
So if you didn't fuck with that, you're not going to fuck with those demos.
yeah, and dude, I think To Pimp a Butterfly, to me as a white dude, I think that was very much geared toward black people.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I
I would.
liked it too. I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying it didn't have replay value. for
That
me.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's fine.
I listened to it as a whole, and I was like, "That was a really cool album that
Yeah.
I just listened to. Like that was well crafted and put together."
Yeah.
But again, yeah, it didn't speak to me, which
Yeah.
I don't think it was supposed to.
Right.
So yeah, that wasn't, and that goes with the Untitled Unmastered. So put those aside though, and Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn, I thought were all sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the style on Damn. I don't like the weird voices he
Like
does.
the dope shit.
I don't like the weird voices he started doing and all that shit. That's weird to me.
I mean, to each their own. You probably won't like J.I.D. though. He kind of sounds like Kendrick.
I know. That's why I brought that up. Because he sounds like Kendrick.
Yeah,
I mean,
That song he had with J. Cole was fire though.
you like that?
Yeah, I did.
Off D's.
That shit was hard. Yeah, I did like that.
that's
Yeah,
the
he's-
thing though.
he's got
Like
some joints.
to me, when we're talking about Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City was just such a dope album.
It
that
was. I
It's,
feel like-
it's hard. It's hard when you have that dope of an album to
Yeah.
like then listen to all the rest of them and be like, damn, I wish there was another one of those because that's just the way that we listen to music now.
Here's the thing. I feel like everyone's first and second album are their best albums. They're
If you have a dope first album, it's really hard to have dope albums after that.
Yeah.
because
it's always measured toward that.
Eminem's first 2 albums are his best in my opinion.
Yeah.
G-Eazy's first 2 albums are the best in my opinion.
Of his 3.
Kendrick's 2 albums were the first. I'll say Section 80's an album in that like kind of sense.
See, I would say if you were really talking about like albums like up for
Logic's first 2 albums were
but Kendrick,
were his
I would
best.
say, in my opinion, Kendrick has 3 albums. He has Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
J.
And I
Cole's
think
first 2 albums are my favorite too.
no, absolutely not.
I didn't
Oh,
like-
yeah,
Forest,
nah.
Hills,
What was his
Forest
last
Hills Drive was his best album.
Yeah. Correct.
Wait, what album? I thought that was his second album.
3rd.
No, third.
That was his 3rd album.
Yeah, he put out Sideline Story was his first
Was his
album.
debut.
Friday Night Lights. Right? That was a
No,
mixtape.
that was a mixtape.
That
And
was
then
amazing,
Born
though. That
Sinner
should have
was-
been a-
Born Sinner was his
Yeah.
second.
That was good.
I think Friday Night Lights was his first album that he made, but the label didn't want to put it out.
Right.
So he put it out as a mixtape.
Yeah,
That was a good fucking album.
yeah,
it
that was
was.
dope. That was dope.
That was a really good album.
Yeah, no, but I agree. I agree with you to an extent.
The
I think-
beginning albums are my favorites in my
Yeah.
opinion. Just because
I think a lot of it is like you
unfiltered.
like when we were talking. A lot of people's first album is their whole life up until that point.
Yeah.
In an album.
And I like that shit.
Yeah.
It's usually a story driven.
Yeah,
Well, I
like,
think that's
album.
why it's good though.
I know,
because you
because
did
then
a
you're-
lot of living.
because then
Before
you're a
that.
lot of relatable living.
Yeah, exactly.
And then your second album is 1 year,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's usually like what's happened in between.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
and then your third album is like I'm just a rich fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
That's true.
so yeah, it does become more difficult to continue that. And I think it goes to what we talked about. We were just talking about like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Of as an artist, each album is a point in time for you that
Yeah.
it just is what it is, and the fans either grow with you or they don't. You're not going to go make the same album you just made. It just is what it is. And so when you first come out with that first album or second album, fans are like, you're new, they're really riding with you, like all that shit, it's fresh.
Yeah.
And then when you keep making shit, I think it gets less and less fresh,
Right.
which hurts it a little bit,
Here's
even
a-
if it's a classic
Here-
album.
I feel like I don't know what it is because you know me. I fuck with Logic. I fuck with him. He's a dope artist.
No.
Yeah, I've listened to him before, but I like his first 2 albums, and it's not even like his last album was bad at all. Like if I probably just heard that for the first time, I'd probably be like, "Oh, this is dope." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that was the first album I listened to was Young Sinatra 4, I'd probably be like, "Oh,
But
this
you're
is-"
just comparing it.
But I'm just like, "Yo, I have not listened to it since the day it came out.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
legit, I have not heard it since the day it came out, just because it does not sound like good to my ears."
I think the shitty thing though is like especially
Which is
with
shitty,
with
'cause-
artists
Very
especially that came up in Logic's era and like a little bit before, the whole like mixtape era when that was like
Yeah.
huge. It sucks for somebody trying to make an album after that point because the creation is the process is just so limited at that point.
Yeah.
Because sampling was a huge thing, like huge
Yeah.
when that was, or even just taking an instrumental or whatever and
yeah,
making
we
it
just had
your
that
own.
conversation the other day.
And so, yeah, of course, dude, like they were able to just take from whatever and release it as a free mixtape. And that was them. Like that was like a part of like,
Yeah.
and they didn't have to compromise at all for anything. When you release an album, you either have to like 100% come up with that, like everything,
Yeah.
like no samples, no nothing, or you have to get clearance of them. And a lot of those fall through.
I feel like it's the opposite almost.
What do you mean?
I feel like independent artists don't sample as much as big artists do. Like even
This day and age, yeah.
because even like did you guys hear about the Lucid Dreams thing?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
What? Oh fuck, yo, have you heard Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was hearing about
He got
this.
85% of it taken.
Yeah.
He got 85.
Who it was Sting, wasn't it?
Yeah, by Sting. That's so fucked up. And then Sting said something like, "Oh, it's gonna pay my grandkids'
Yeah.
college tuition." I'm like, that's so fucked up to say that because that's his biggest song.
Yeah.
But
Samples are fucked, bro.
that's the thing though that young artists have to understand is like these older artists. That's that's their shit, and you used it.
Right.
And the younger artists, and I always say this is the chance you take when you don't get the proper paperwork or whatever, which I'm like Juice WRLD. I'm with him doing what he did. Just understand that if that is not created with original content, that at any point it can be taken away.
Right.
But the understanding has to be that once that shit pops,
Mhm.
the chances of it getting taken away are pretty likely.
Yeah.
But you just popped. So you can now use, like, even though that money might not be what you had hoped it would be because it gets all taken away, now you can use the platform you just got because of that pop to go do all this other original content.
Yeah. That's why I like the way he took it. He took it as in, like, I made millions, I lost millions.
Yep.
But
now now
I'm in a position where I can make more millions.
Because of that song, I can make more millions.
Right.
Whereas if not for that song,
I'd
he'd
be
still be
making
searching
pennies.
for that
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's why I always like, even when it comes down to, like, you know, when it's with samples, when it's with, I got this beat, but the producer wants like fucking 10,000 for exclusive rights. Okay, well, just get some other rights or you know, get the MP3 or whatever the fuck and put it out. And if that shit pops off and the producer wants to come at you and get a piece of it, they deserve a piece of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you popped.
Right.
If you don't pop, they ain't gonna come looking for
The
it.
beat's a big part, yo.
Yeah.
Right.
The beat is a lot of the song.
And if your song doesn't pop, the producer that you stole it from isn't gonna come looking
Yeah.
for it.
No.
Because your shit didn't make any money.
The shitty thing though is like, you know, especially me and you, like being brought up in like the Kanye age and things like that, like the sampling that we loved, like grew up loving, like it is so hard to like do now
Yeah.
because Kanye, like
People used
Kanye
to
made
get
that
drums.
popular and it was cheap back in the day because no one knew like the advantage of it.
Yeah.
So bands were selling off their rights for samples for very little because no one was really doing it all
Yeah.
that often. But now that it's literally become a staple in hip hop, bands are now keen to it and asking for tons of money.
Right.
So, you know, all the fans that are fans of, you know, the age of hip hop that we grew up on, where's the old shit? Where's the old shit? You can't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because these bands just don't allow it anymore.
Right.
You can't. You literally can't. So, like, even the mixtapes that you like from Logic and things
Yeah.
like that, it just can't be done because they can't
sample.
clear the samples.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
That's so fucked.
I mean, it is and it isn't. Like,
I understand why.
Yeah.
I understand because you made that. That'd be like if someone. I mean, I'm trying to think. What's an original beat that you guys made together?
anything off the parlay Moe-T made.
I don't know any of those. I've heard it before, but I
Like-
don't know any of the songs.
Static, Jump Off.
Well, like older ones like the Campaign.
Imagine
Tommy.
someone took
Yeah.
that's the campaign. Imagine someone took a beat from the campaign and made a humongous song off it. You'd be pissed.
Right. And
Yeah.
and
You'd
that's
be like, "What the fuck? I made that shit."
and
You know what
that's
I'm
the
saying?
thing. If somebody went and took a big piece of the campaign and made a song off of it and it wasn't popping, I would be like, "Oh," and it came across my timeline on Twitter, I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. Good shit." If they made it and it was a huge song
Yeah.
and making a bunch of money, yeah, I shouldn't feel any different, but I would be like, "Damn,
Yeah.
Right.
let me get a piece of that."
But I guess that's why there kind of needs to be a rule though, as far as like, and that's why music is so weird, is because it's like we're allowed to take certain things, but we're not allowed to take others,
Yeah.
and it's like
What's weird? Yeah.
it's really
and you
weird.
got people that aren't even necessarily involved in music that are making some of these rules of what's acceptable.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's just it's like, to me it's just kind of like, dude, we either have to say it's right or it's wrong because we're in for real weird territory if we just leave it up to a judge or something like that.
Yeah,
to, like,
I agree. I agree with
figure
that
out.
to an
Who
extent.
has no
but
idea?
Who has, he's
I
not a
mean,
musician.
I
like,
agree with
he has
that
no idea.
to an extent, but I also don't think you can just say it's cool or it's not, because what would you say? It's cool or it's not?
I think it would hurt, and it would be tough to like swallow if like you made a song and somebody sampled that and
Made it
like
huge.
and made it huge. But I do think it's necessary for music to still be something that I like.
Okay, but what about once you have to start drawing the lines of like, bro, that shit wasn't just a sample. You like stole my beat.
Yeah.
Well, you can obviously tell somebody stole
No,
your
not
shit.
obviously. That shit goes to court. And
No.
And they're splitting hairs to try to determine this shit sometimes.
Okay, but that's why though. Is it, to me? It should be, if you can't define it, if you can't define it in words, then they changed it enough.
Yeah.
If you can't define it.
If you
in
can't
words.
define, like, okay, so for
If
example,
you can't be like, "Oh, this is where it is." You can just
yeah,
you could just
like
tell.
for example, I
You know
can
what I'm saying?
say I can say they can't steal my exact instrumental. That's a word, and like you can't take it.
That's
like,
a word.
Okay, right, but
that's defined.
Okay, but you take an instrumental and you change one thing, and you say, "I didn't take your instrumental."
Yeah.
But it sounds damn
but you can
close.
but you can define that. Like you can say,
What's that called when you like, you don't take the direct sample, but you like play it over. What's that called? They said a word.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I can't think of the word though.
Because technically that's what they did on the Sting song. Is they God fucking what's it called, bro? Someone look that up real quick.
I don't even know what you guys are getting at.
And when you play like okay, so instead of sampling it, they replayed it with the same string.
Yeah, they
Recreated?
no,
That's
they
not what it's called though.
there's like a word for it.
Yeah. I heard academics say it and now I can't.
I wouldn't even know how to like.
All right, we'll just continue. I'll try.
But
But-
yeah, anyways, yeah.
They just had someone
They had to
replay
replay
it.
it.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, it doesn't even matter because it was fucking whatever that word is. Yeah.
Well,
Because
now we gotta
we
find
didn't.
the word.
Please find the word so I can explain this, bro.
Well, but I guess that's my other thing too. Is like
Interpolating?
Interpolating.
There
That's
it
what
is,
it's fucking
yeah.
called.
Yeah.
How do you find that though?
I just looked up Juice
Okay.
WRLD's.
Yeah. Interpolating. Is that what it's?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interpolating.
yeah.
They were interpolating it instead of. That sounds weird though.
That word sounds mad funny.
No, that's the word. Though.
Interpolating.
It was
What
a
the
weird
fuck?
word. But yeah, and I guess that's the thing is like, and that's the
Interpolating.
problem I even have with that though is that's you can define that, but technically when you hear it, it's technically different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's technically different, but like. Yeah.
So it's like okay, so say somebody recreated the campaign with the same notes, the same bass line,
But
the
they
same
interpolated
everything
it.
like but so it's got different plugins, different like everything like that. So it doesn't necessarily sound the same.
what would you say?
No. What if they did everything you said and it does necessarily sound the same?
There's just no way that it could sound exactly the same.
Okay, I didn't say exactly,
But it sounds the same.
but it sounds very, very
similar. Wow, that was weird. That was an ad lib.
That to me like you can't define how do you define similar? Like you can't define it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Is, like no matter what you try to say, there's always going to be some shit.
Yeah, I agree. But that's why I'm
So
saying
that's why your whole you either say it is or it isn't. Okay,
you didn't let me.
You can't even do that.
You can't let me finish.
Never.
So you can't just take my MP3 and make it yours.
No shit.
You can't change one instrument or change a note or something like that because you can define that
Okay.
and that
So
can be
then I'll just
defined.
take your shit and change two notes.
Okay.
I'm serious. I'm serious. Why wouldn't someone do that?
Change two notes.
Yeah, if you're defining it as you can't take my shit and change a note, that's your definition. I'm going to take your shit and change two notes. And it's still gonna sound-
notes is probably
And it's still
going
going to sound very similar.
notes is probably a
Or
bad
I'm going to
thing.
take your shit. If you can't add one instrument, if you can't take my shit and add one instrument, I'm going to take your shit and add two instruments. And one's going to be super faint and rarely heard.
I mean, to me,
So I'm
like
just saying, you just can't really like.
to me, you just created something new, though.
Okay, and that's
Exactly what's yeah.
that's going to be the like. That's what I'm asking you. You're okay with that?
Yeah, because you didn't technically jack my shit. Like that's a
I
new
did,
thing.
and I added two instruments.
No, you added something, so you created something new.
Okay, and I guess I'm not really okay with that because I don't think that's like. I don't think looking at a song and being like, I like that song. Let me literally do that song. And then, because you're going to run into a lot of people taking hit songs and then literally adding stuff, not because they thought, if I did it this way, this would just be so sick. They're going to do it because that's what they have to do to get away with it.
Yeah, but we're assuming that all these are going to catch on the same way as the hit song did. Like,
No, I know, and that's not necessarily the case either. But I am saying you do have to protect creators. You know what I mean?
I agree, but to me, it's just kind of like if you're inspired by something, like I
Steal it.
No. Before all of these laws became like, you hear all these court cases coming in now that they've been a lot more prevalent than they have been in the past. Yeah. Like, dude, there's so many songs that if you play them, like sound similar to other songs. Like, there's tons.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's to me
A lot of it is, does the person that owns the song want to come after them too?
Well, that's what I'm kind of saying though, is like that's why it's so tough for me to draw the line of like, let's just leave it up to the creator. Like, are they okay with it or not? Like, that's not a rule for somebody to create off of.
Yeah,
that's shitty. Like, that's not.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the best way.
But the thing is, there is no other way. Like, you either have to say it or you don't, because otherwise you're just leaving it up to interpretation.
It's always going to be up to interpretation.
Not if you do it my way.
What's your way?
Your way is you can't take my shit and add one instrument, but you can take it.
Anything that can be defined. It's going to be a long fucking list. But anything that can be defined.
But that's what I'm saying. You just sat there and said that's not the best way for someone to sit down and create. But you're going to give somebody this super long-ass list that they have to
Yeah, because it can be defined.
And that's a great way to create.
It's way better than what we have now.
Not really, because now, like,
Wow.
I'm not arguing for the thing we have now. I'm just saying now you get these young kids that sit down and just create something because they're inspired and they hope for the best.
Yeah.
With your shit, you want to have, like, this set list, because within your set list, these same people that are getting fucked now could still get fucked or whatever. I don't know.
No, you're cutting it way further down.
Well, yeah, because you're basically just allowing people to steal shit.
But
You are. I mean, you are.
Is it stealing, though, if you copy some, like, riff or whatever that someone technically invented and it's in the song now? Like, what is stealing?
No, because that's not the example I'm giving. I'm saying if
You
if the
technically
campaign
are.
is a hit song and somebody literally recreates the campaign and then adds two little things.
I mean, isn't that a new song, technically?
Yeah, technically.
Then what are we talking about?
But would
Okay.
you be pissed?
Yeah, I would.
I understand that, but music is just an inspiration. It's just taken from itself. Like, you can't have music
Because that's
without
the thing,
other
because
music.
just like you said, you'd be pissed, if you're a new artist and you go create something and then the person sues your ass off. Like, I don't know. It kind of works both ways.
I understand why they're suing them. Like 100%. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I understand why people are suing them. It's just like, fuck. Like 85%.
No, I know.
That's a fuck.
No, no,
And
no.
I definitely want to, especially like,
I could see like less than 50. I could see like less than 50.
yeah, I'm a hip hop guy, dude. Like, I don't want to make shit hard to sample and hard.
Yeah.
I love samples, bro. Like, that was my favorite shit when I got into hip hop was
Yeah.
sampled beats.
Me too.
I fucking love that shit.
Mm.
So I don't want to. I'm not over here arguing to make that shit super tough. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to have the system we have, as far as not necessarily the courts and all that, but as far as you're a young independent artist, you sample some shit and you roll the dice.
Yeah.
Because like I said, your worst case scenario where your shit pops and the person you sampled sues you, in your worst case scenario, you still popped.
Yeah.
That was a long fucking pause.
So it's not like you just got completely fucked. You made a song with using someone else's shit that popped, and now you have a platform you can go make money off of.
Yeah. No, and that's worth it. And
Right.
That
It would be to
that
me.
That would be worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be to me. If I made a song tomorrow and we sampled some popular ass song and
it popped.
And a couple years down the line, we got sued for it and they took everything from that song. I would be like, and you said, man, do you wish you never made that song? I'd be like, hell no. I'm glad I made it. I'm
Yeah.
pissed they took a couple mil from me, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I made it
Yeah.
because now I'm here. So I'm
well,
not saying
technically, they have the right to take it all from you. They wouldn't just be.
all of that song.
And I
Right.
want to give a fuck after that.
But that
Right.
would be like your entire like.
To that
Shit.
point, but now you have something that, like, hopefully in the couple years or whatever that it took them to get that money from you, you've been able to parlay that poppiness into something real. Like bro,
Maybe.
they can't take. I guess
Parlay.
that's my thing is nice.
Outta here.
That's my thing is they can't take something that they didn't get you right. So like today, what you and I have, the Spectators Packy in our business, we have right. We
Yeah.
go make this sampled song tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And in a year, it makes X amount of money.
Yeah.
That X amount of money is the only thing they can touch.
No, not true.
Wow. How?
What can they touch?
They can touch anything that they can prove that came from that, like any fame, any amount of fame or anything
What?
like that they can make a case for that has pushed any of your catalog based on that song. They can take.
No
Are
fucking
you
way.
saying as far as like going?
That's what they did with the the fucking Robin Thicke shit. It wasn't just what the song made. It was all the marketing shit, like every little thing that even in
That's
the album,
so
even in the album.
Well, I'll say that then.
That's fine.
That would be a good way to fix it. You get to take the distribution money that the song made.
I think that's fair.
But you don't get to go like dip into and maybe I don't know, I don't have the answer off the top of my head. Maybe there's a way to do something about like shows where it was performed, like a certain percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then you get into dangerous territory.
I know, and that's why I say maybe. I don't have the answer for it, but the main thing is you get the distribution from that song. Other than that, no, I'm not with the other shit. So that would be you could legislate that too. Like that's something you can put in writing.
Yeah, I mean, if you whatever, there just needs to be needs to be more definition.
How the hell do you
to it.
determine like this song got him this amount popping? Like,
Yeah.
how do you and
They
that
got analytics for everything.
well, not only this song got him this much popping, but this much popping equaled this many dollars.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you?
It would scare you how many analytics they have.
Oh,
for
I
this
know,
type of shit.
but none of it is a perfect science. Like no one can convince me
but
of that.
all you have to do is commit a judge or convince
I
a
know,
judge and a jury.
I know,
That's
and
it.
I think that's done.
But yeah, that's the problem.
Convince a judge and a jury that have never made a song in their lives.
There's no definition to it. All I want is a definition. Like, what am I allowed to do, and what are the repercussions?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. There's no definition to it.
That would be my simplest answer. Is the person that has the original music can sue for all the, or can get all the distribution from that song.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this though. So if a person, like a bigger person, like say you took something from a Drake song, like right now, say Apollo did, like right now, and Drake's team sued Apollo, and he had to give up anything that he made off of that song before he even made a platform, and now he's just giving them that money forever. Like, so he doesn't have a platform yet.
How would I get to that? How would I get to their platform without me having
Yeah,
made a platform?
Because
smaller thing,
listen, because if that rule becomes an actual thing, then it becomes worth it, because there's
for these people to have teams to go out and search for it.
Right, exactly.
Then, so be it. So then
but then you're pretty much not getting sampling ever anyway.
I don't think so, because I don't think it's going to get to a point where I think enough people respect other creators to not stifle them like that, and B, I don't think people are going to be searching so fucking far into shit to find all this shit and take it from younger independent artists. Like, I'd have to see that to believe it.
I think it's way more likely, just because if they have a rule that they can actually go after, they're going to take advantage of the rule.
But we're not saying anything necessarily even about the rule. I'm talking about just not taking everything. I'm talking about whatever rules we have in place now, then just saying you can't go take everything, but you can take the distribution.
I feel like
But that's a
sampling
rule.
doesn't get. I feel like that doesn't that's not really a problem most of the time.
What?
Paying for samples or like clearing samples isn't that difficult of a thing?
Well, it's not, because people just don't attempt it anymore because it's so impossible. Like, it's hard.
saying,
It's hard for like an artist like us to go clear a sample.
I know.
It's not
It's expensive,
like
right?
it's just really not even like possible, because it just costs too much money.
Yeah.
And that's why it hasn't been a problem, is because
You guys don't sample. Have you guys sampled like in the last?
I've used beats with samples that aren't cleared. Like I did the
Your Love thing?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what's
and that's
what's
the
gonna
thing.
happen
If somebody, that's the thing. If somebody came to me right now and said, they're suing me for whatever for that song, I'd be like, okay, and it'd be like a few $100. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is.
Because
But
it's
if
not
that
one
song-
of your more popular
but if that song
songs.
popped off more and it was like a few thousand, then I'd still owe him that. And if it really popped and it was a fucking million, then I'd owe him that. But if I had $1 million fucking dollars made off that song, then whatever platform that song got me to me would be worth it.
See,
and
I
I would have parlayed that into other songs with millions of dollars or fractions of that.
I have a friend who says this. He's like, I'm not gonna pay for beats. And I go, why? And he goes, because if my song gets big enough to the point where they need to sue me for my beat, then I did something right.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that? I don't really believe in that.
I believe in it to an extent. I believe if you can, like,
he's talking about not.
Is he
buying
getting
beats,
paid
though.
for his beats or for his songs?
Not really.
What do you mean not really?
Like-
Is he or is he not?
No, I mean he's
Like,
chump
does he
change.
put
Smaller
it?
than-
Does he put it on Spotify?
Yes.
Okay, so he's getting paid. So that's why I have a problem with it. Because if he's getting paid, then the producer deserves to get paid too.
right.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm.
I don't care how much it is. I just think that
Right.
there should be a percentage deal then.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Like, everybody deserves to be paid for their work. If you were putting, like, back in the day when everything was mixtapes and there wasn't just like Spotify where you put everything and everything generates
Yeah.
money. When it was just like put out your mixtape on Bandcamp for free. Like in that day and age, I wouldn't have minded people like going and ripping producer stuff and putting it out for free, because it's like at the end of the day, all you're getting as a rapper is exposure, and as long as you credit that producer, you're giving them exposure.
That's like SoundCloud. When I put beats on SoundCloud, I never paid for the beats because you're just putting them on SoundCloud, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
credit the producer.
Yeah. No.
but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. And you credit the producer.
And yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
not saying
Yeah.
it's.
If
I'm
you're
not,
not getting paid,
and
then
I'm
it
not out here saying
doesn't
it's like
matter.
it's right to do that.
But now you can get paid on
But-
Spotify or SoundCloud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
not many
I'm not
people
saying
are.
that's like a good thing to do. I'm just saying I get it, and I'm not like mad at it, because young, independent artists, producers, artists, whatever, we're all looking for exposure. We're all looking to pop. So as long as you give people their credit, and if you're making money, they're making some money. That's the general rule.
and
to
that's
me.
the thing to me is if they're a newer producer, they need the money the same way you need the money to further their career.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different than if you take some well-known producer's beat and rap over it. He's already seen the money for that, so I don't feel bad about that. But
Yeah.
if you're taking some known, not well-known producer and rapping over his beat and putting it on Spotify, and you're only seeing the money, that there's something not right about that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we shouldn't even be talking in wrong and right, because I guess technically if somebody is selling a beat and you rip it for free and don't pay for it, like, yeah, that's wrong. You shouldn't.
Yeah,
but,
you shouldn't do that.
But we're not talking right and wrong here necessarily. We're just talking about ways to go to navigate this fucking music industry. And if you're a broke ass artist and you need beats, I get that.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I get ripping it, and if something happens where you make some money off of it and somebody wants to pursue you, then just be aware that they deserve it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, that's the thing. If I had a beat out there that I didn't have the rights to, that a producer came to me to get them to see what was good, I would have a completely friendly conversation with them and give them what they were owed.
Yeah.
Like, I would not fight it. I wouldn't like lawyer up. I would be like, yeah, you deserve money.
Yeah.
And as long as people are willing to, like you said, Juice WRLD handled this shit pretty well.
Yeah, he
like
did.
at the end, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it's also dope. If that person never made that song, you wouldn't have gotten the opportunity you just got.
Yeah.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm just like, I kind of wish that there was just like a marketplace that everybody felt compelled to take a part of. If you have created something, you can sell your contribution like somewhere for a decent price, like not crazy or anything like that. Because if you think about it, like back to when like the first creators of music and things like that, like, dude, all this shit is taken from other shit, and it just keeps getting evolved though, to be more and more advanced. So now it seems, because we've been doing it this way for so long, that it's acceptable because you created something and you deserve to see it.
It'd be super dope if there was just one like distributor.
Well,
that had all
That's a
the
monopoly, bro.
Yeah, that had all the I mean, not for a lot of reasons it wouldn't, but for this reason, to have like all the music. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so if something was sampled, if something was used, whatever, it just everything is a percentage. Like you just
That would be
you just
sweet.
credit them and it's a percentage.
yeah.
So it's like if
Yeah.
I use a song, the person gets,
6%.
couple
Yeah.
bucks. If Drake uses a song, they get
Yeah.
a fucking $1 million.
Yeah.
And you could use it as like the marketplace decides, as far as like you could say anyone that uses a sample, I get 100% of your song. Well, no one's gonna use that fucking sample,
Right.
Ever.
But somebody could be out there, I get 20% of this. Then he's seeing a lot of money because
Right.
a lot of
Yeah.
people are using a sample.
Right.
Like that would be super dope to me.
Let's start that up.
That's a spectator business. Don't take our ideas. Maybe.
Cut the pod right here.
That's hilarious.
No, but I think something like that needs to be done just because you don't have any of this music shit without there being other music. And to me, when you define it too much and you're like, okay, what can we take and what can't we take? Like, especially as the shit evolves, like what are we really taking? Like, as far as like, it's all just notes being played on different instruments. Like, that's all that it is. In different cadences.
Yeah.
And it's all been done before. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's just different sounding every time because you're using a slightly different instrument with a slightly different effect and blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
Don't try to kid yourself into thinking you're some, like, crazy genius or
Those
whatever.
are the ones that piss me off, the cases that piss me off, though, when it's like, there's a 90% chance that the person that did it, like, I'm not even talking about sampling. I'm talking about, like, copying.
Yeah.
Like, bro, just because you were one of the first people doing music doesn't mean that everything that sounds similar to what you did is copying you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's only so many ways to fucking, play a guitar.
Yeah.
Any musician, like, if you're actually a musician, you have to know that you are somehow being inspired by somebody else.
Right. Well, that's why a lot of times too you see
100%.
you see these musicians are like dead or something, and their families are coming after it.
Yeah.
When
like,
you wonder if the
oh
musician
my-
themselves would.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're just a complete dick. Like, you have to know as a musician, you have this inherent thing that it's just like, dude, I know that I am not that type.
Yeah.
Like, I am creating based off of other things that I have heard.
That's the problem though, is most musicians are exactly the opposite of what you just said.
Well, when they
Especially in
get to
hip-hop.
when they get to a certain
I
point,
know that
no,
I'm not that type. Most of it is
all their
the opposite.
fans are telling them that they're God's gift to Earth. So, whatever.
True.
I've had enough of that topic.
Yeah, Sam. That topic was beaten.
Oh, topic was really beaten.
Yeah.
Well, we're already over an hour, so we can wrap it up.
Okay.
I got the 0 to 60 this week.
Do it right now.
Yo, I spit a racial slur, honky sue me.
Fuck. Are you gonna diss me?
Too easy.
Oh, okay.
Good to have my seat back today.
Nah. I deserve
Dope,
it.
dope.
Michigan lost.
Yep.
Shout out to Ohio State. Oh,
Shout
man,
out.
that made me so happy.
Shout out.
If
to
you're
Ohio
a Michigan State fan, your second favorite team must be whoever's playing Michigan. So don't give me this. You don't root for the state of Michigan? Fuck no.
Wait. You don't route.
Don't say it.
No.
What?
You don't root for Michigan even when it's not Michigan State versus Michigan?
No.
No.
I
Why?
always
What the
want
fuck?
Michigan to lose.
Why?
Here's the reason.
That's just being a dick, bro. What?
No, it's not. Because if you would understand,
I don't give a fuck about Ohio State, so I want Michigan to win in any other situation.
No.
I'm not even a Michigan State fan either.
No.
Well,
See,
that's your problem.
I'm a
See,
Notre Dame
you're
fan.
playing yourself if you're doing that.
I'm a Notre Dame fan.
That's fine. So you don't
That's fine.
understand.
I don't care either. Yeah,
Yeah, you don't understand.
I'm not a big sports guy, guys.
That's fine.
Yeah, we can tell.
Damn. Yeah.
So
I
if
don't
you
fuck
are a
with
sports guy and you're a Michigan State fan,
yeah, I
You-
used to be a sports guy for
you,
sure. By
you
the way.
always want Michigan to lose. I don't care if
That's
they're playing
fucked.
West Chattanooga State Tech. You want them to lose.
What's one team you hate more than anyone besides Michigan?
Ohio State.
See, I'm not like
Fuck, and you said you want Michigan to still lose. That's
Yes.
fucked.
I'm not like I'm not,
You want to know why? My biggest reason for that, and it actually is smart because if we have the better team, then we get the recruits.
well, yeah. There's that, and there's just the fact that I hate Michigan.
Well, but you know,
You live in
it's
Michigan.
it's
Not
not
the state.
it's not just based on senseless
sports
hate.
teams.
It actually makes sense though too.
And Jim Harbaugh is a fuck.
True.
You guys get so emotionally invested into it too.
Yeah, dude. I definitely hate that I like sports sometimes because it does take up
I used
moments of my life.
I used to be really into sports, like until I was probably like in 11th grade, and then I just stopped. giving
Don't
a
get back
shit.
into it because it's a big time suck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, don't you guys do fantasy football and shit too?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
What?
That's his fault.
I only need 4 points I think from Lamar Miller tonight to stay alive.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
So give me 4 points.
I'm on a winning streak.
Got any plans?
Anything else?
Do you guys do any Black Friday
No.
shopping?
No, I'm broke as shit.
Yeah, I didn't.
No,
do
I
that.
got some pods for this,
Nice.
and they're all gone.
You know what I wonder?
Got some pods. You're doing a pod.
So
Yo, this is terrible addiction, by the way. Don't start it.
It's like sports.
Yes, bro. You guys
So-
have your sports. I have my nicotine.
do people still like?
I guess sports don't
I'm
sound so bad.
I'm still wondering why like going out for Black Friday and Cyber Monday is still a thing when I can do the same thing from my couch.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably just like certain deals that are only in store, but
Like these were $8. They're usually 16. So I was going crazy.
online,
No, in the store.
yeah.
Could you
But
find the same
online,
deal
no,
online?
No, not online.
That's what I mean. There's just certain
Online it
deals.
was 12. So I was like,
But you can miss me on dealing with those nut.
Yeah,
nut
that's the
jobs in
thing.
the
see,
stores.
I have not gone to Black Friday shopping since I was probably 11 or 12.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever went.
But
I don't
I
fuck
did
with
go
no
shopping.
interest.
I don't fuck with crowds. I get anxiety and
No.
shit.
I did go though.
Well, especially for shit like that. Like, why?
I
Yeah,
don't
and
really
I'm too
care.
It
broke.
takes up like all my day, and I don't.
I'm too
and
broke to buy any of that shit
the deals
anyways.
aren't that crazy to have to deal with that shit.
No.
Yeah.
I don't really care enough.
But the thing is, you can find some fire deals online, and I can not
know.
have to go anywhere.
yeah, that's true.
That shit's dope.
I used to go with my family every year to the Lansing Mall, but the Lansing Mall is fucking ass now.
Yeah,
Why is the Lansing Mall so terrible?
I don't know.
It's
They used to have
So
a few
bad.
joints that
So
like,
bad.
but yeah, I don't.
It's literally the worst
really
mall
bad.
Yeah.
I've ever been to.
It's really bad.
Malls
used
in
to be
general
poppin'.
just kind of like.
Dude,
suck
malls
now.
are suffering though.
Bro, the
'Cause
Lansing
of
Mall
online.
used to be popping.
Yeah.
It used to have American Eagle and like
AE.
GameStop and shit like that. Well, I was a kid though, but like, so like that was what I wanted to go to. And now
Yeah,
they
but
don't-
no one shops at malls for that shit anymore. though.
Meridian, people go to Meridian all fucking day.
Do that?
Well, probably because it's closer to the college campus.
And it's lit.
I go to Meridian because there's an H&M.
Oh,
That's literally the only reason.
I mean, wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it make sense though
What do you
that
mean,
that's because
It's the only store
you can do it
go-
online too.
Yeah, but I like trying on clothes if I can.
Oh, okay.
wouldn't it make more sense because it's close to campus though?
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't close to campus,
I think
It'd
people would
probably
still
be-
go.
really?
Yeah, bro.
Hmm.
People from that was a huge thing. People from St. John's would all go to Meridian Mall like in the weekends. Fuck you guys. And that was like, and that was like 45 minutes away. So people would make that trip every weekend.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to do
Guys,
in
I'm
St.
telling you,
John's.
true.
Amazon, even clothes.
I went back to
Lit.
We know, Moe-T. You order our water here from Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this dude
cheaper.
gets
It's cheaper
crazy
and
water.
more convenient.
You ordered
And
like
it's
a box
better
of
water
candy
than
from
this
Amazon.
bullshit.
You were like, "Oh, I'm hungry," and a drone just delivered it from Amazon.
I got our water from Amazon cheaper than I got this shit.
I believe it.
I went back to St. John's for the first time in 2 months. It was weird.
Oh, right.
It was weird. Because I live here now. So it's weird going back
Were
there.
you a celebrity?
Always.
They knew you on the streets.
No, not really. Just kids that I went to school with. It's weird though, because it's the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's Thanksgiving, so like I saw a shit ton of people I know. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I love people too. That makes it seem like I hate people, but I just don't like
I don't fuck with people.
seeing people.
Seriously.
watching.
I
Why
don't.
you
I don't
fuck
like
with
see people anymore. I don't.
You don't see. Oh, like you just stay in.
Well, yeah.
I do too.
I feel
don't
like
go
I
out.
don't
I
like-
don't. I like to go out and do shit.
Well, you're young. You should.
That's why we signed you, bro.
Yeah.
You're our ambassador. While we stay.
Do you
at the
guys just
crib.
stay in all the time?
Yeah, I don't be doing shit.
You don't go out?
I'm here and I'm at the crib.
You know,
Shut
I-
up.
Seriously, dude. I don't like. I mean, I'm obviously exaggerating a little bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. I know
don't.
what you mean though. Really,
I'm-
you only go to like you
I'm
don't.
good. Yeah, like we went bowling the other day.
That's you guys are old, bro. What?
Yeah, dude. I'm not into the like.
Dude, think about it. We've had like 7 years of the shit that you're just starting.
I'm not
to
into
do.
the going out for the sake of going out. Like, hey, let's go out. Why? Just to go out.
Yeah, but you were though.
I know.
we have to put this in reference to how old Apollo
I'm
is
not-
compared to what we.
I'm
are.
not talking down on it. I'm saying I'm not there.
Oh, I know. I'm saying that like literally the
What was the last
stuff.
time you guys went out? Like just like. I try every weekend. I try to at least go out every day. Like at least go somewhere every day.
What do you mean, like to a bar? You're not.
No,
old
I'm not
enough.
even old enough to go to.
So
like,
where's your like to a
like
house party?
Yeah, or a house party, or like
Yeah.
or someone's house.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I did when I was your age.
Now what are you doing?
I did go out for
At
an
the
hour.
crib, bro.
I did go out for an hour the night before Thanksgiving because I had a lot of like old friends. In
Oh
town
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. That was like the biggest bar day. You guys didn't
Yeah.
go out.
No,
didn't go
No,
out?
I didn't.
I've never done the.
But it was
Thanksgiving
literally
bar,
for a record like short amount of time.
because you know what, dude? When I go out to the bar, what's the first thing I do when I get there? I look around and I go, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I go, I wish I was at the
And I can't fucking hear
and then
anybody.
I pay money for drinks, and then I pay money for an Uber back, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, so I just spent money to do something I don't even want to do.
You and I do a lot of this. Like I've seen you at shows before, and I do a lot of the same things. We just kind of like chill in the back.
Yeah, I'm good.
And I do that too. I just be like chilling in the back, and I'm just like kind of feel awkward because I don't really know anyone.
I'm just in the back like this.
Facts.
No, I'd probably go out even less than you do.
I feel like Packy goes out all the time.
No, he doesn't.
See that when I think of, I don't know.
I used to.
He used to be a bar star.
No, he didn't.
No, never that.
I don't even know what that means.
Never that.
Oh, you'll know.
I don't like to drink. I really don't like to drink at all.
That's good.
You shouldn't be drinking at all. What
Oh
are you
my
drinking
God.
for?
No, I hate to drink. I tried drinking after I graduated, and I was like, this shit sucks.
That's
bro.
good.
Yeah.
Don't like sports. Don't drink. I mean, he's super lame, but like it's good for you.
That's true. I make tunes.
Dude.
Oh.
I make tunes. Oh my god.
Facts.
Dude, I do equate a lot of this spectator shit to like my awkward like year and a half of not liking to go out and just staying in and making music.
Yeah.
Like
True.
that shit actually, it's a thing. You think you're a loser in the
I don't-
when it's happening. But then you realize it
I
really
feel like
does.
Moe-T was
It really
such a
doesn't
loser.
fucking matter. I was a fucking loser.
Moe-T got picked out at the bars, and he just didn't like to go on. Oh,
No.
what are you doing here?
I did actually like to go out. I just didn't like to spend the money.
Oh, for real.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Is the
dude.
bar expensive, yo?
It is if you like to drink.
Well, what are you supposed to do at the fucking
But I know,
bar?
but that like some people act like there's some people that actually go.
Yeah,
and, like, get a
see,
drink
I
and stand around.
don't have the personality to just like go hang out at the bar.
You,
Like,
you
that's
know,
not.
that's the thing. You know the other thing about the bar? You go with a group of friends, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you're like me and you're not like a social butterfly, like go meet new people.
See,
person.
I'm a social person.
You like to go
Yeah.
talk to strangers and
Yeah.
shit like that? Oh, miss me. But anyway,
then you're gonna love the bar.
yeah, if you're not like that, you go to the bar with a group of friends. You pay more money for drinks than you would if you were at the crib or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you stand around in that group of friends and talk to each other in a loud
the
ass
same way
fucking bar.
that you would when you're at home.
Like, why would you not just sit around the crib and listen to beats you actually want to listen to and
Exactly.
fucking, you know, be able to hear the people you actually want to
Exactly.
talk
And
to?
it's cheaper.
And- yeah. So
It's
I
way
guess
cheaper.
I will say, when I go to the bar now, I go to different bars. Like, miss me on a club. Miss me on a club.
No.
Give me like
This
kind
dude's
of like
going
a
to a tavern.
yeah, bro. A
For
fucking
real.
tavern, a pub, like you
Dude,
know.
I do fuck with the small time.
The dive bars,
Yeah.
bro. The dive bars. That's where
What?
you can
Where's
actually hear the people that you're fucking
Yes.
talking to. Because
You
I'm
go to Max Bar by yourself, don't you?
no,
No.
I would.
No, that's a little too
No, you
dusty.
would not.
I'm like
I would not go there.
It's a
there's some
not nice.
there's
No.
joints there's joints other than Max Bar around here that are dive bar. Like not even necessarily
No, that's
dive
a
bars,
dive,
but
bro.
like
I wouldn't
like-
say dive bars. I
right,
would
but like
say,
smaller just taverns, you know,
yeah.
Morts,
Watering holes.
Stobers, shit like that. Yeah,
Max Bar is good for what it is.
yeah.
It's a good venue.
I loved performing at Max Bar.
So do I. It's smaller. It makes everything look cooler.
Yeah. Back when I was doing my thing.
Shut up.
All right.
Oh, I got an email from Songland.
What's that?
Oh.
They just wanted to ask for the third time if there were any co-writers on the song.
Oh my god.
Wait, what is that?
NBC sent me an email like a while back. They were doing a show called The Playlist, and they wanted me to apply for it and whatever. And then
Oh, that'd be sweet.
I did an interview with them, like a Skype interview.
Yeah, I was.
And
yeah.
then, oh yeah, you showed
Yeah, I
up when
was.
I was doing it. And then like a couple weeks later, they were like, shit's still going on for that, but we have another show that's already greenlit called Songland, and we think you'd be great for that. So we want you to.
Like as an actor.
No, it's like a.
It's like a competition show.
Yeah, it's like it's not like this, but it's like more like American Idol than like an actor thing.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
But I did another.
But
Skype
the format
interview
is
for
not
that.
at all like that.
Right. But I did another thing for that. So I mean, these type of things, I always think there's like a 1% chance that less than that anything ever happens with it. But the fact that they reached out to me multiple times for multiple
Yeah.
different shows, like I didn't go. I'm sure they got a bunch of people just seeking them out
Yeah.
and trying to do this shit. They hit me up and have been like, they keep following up with me, and I've done 2 half-hour Skype.
That's all they
interviews.
wanted that
Yeah.
third time?
So I had to submit an unreleased song. But
Damn.
so I'll just be waiting
That's
to see.
weird.
I'll just be waiting to see when they shoot me down so I can put that song on.
Did you tell them that I ghost wrote it for you?
No, that's what they wanted to know. They were like,
Are
we
you
saw this-
sure
we saw
Apollo
this-
didn't go straight over?
We saw this kid you signed. Seems like he would have
Ghost wrote it.
ghost wrote this shit.
That was hilarious.
Sounds like it's garbage enough to come from his mind.
Damn. It's fucked.
They asked me who would sound good doing this song, like other than me, and I was like, I think Chance the Rapper and Moe-T's sitting across this table. It was in here. Moe-T's across the table. He's like,
Well, that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear.
and then I was like, I mean, obviously, like Drake would sound good on anything, and
Dude,
then I
you
wanted
can't
to kill
say
myself for
you
saying
can't
it.
say obviously, dude.
Oh my god, he fucked it all up.
Chance the Rapper.
Wait, a song that you wrote? Oh, Chance the Rapper? Come on, what?
It's a different vibe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because this is more like the people they have on it are like more pop singers.
Oh,
type
okay,
thing.
okay.
Not that they won't include hip hop in it, but it's like I wanted to do a song that wasn't just like some hardcore rap.
Yeah. Like Dear Rap.
And you don't swear in it, which is good.
Wait,
I
you
don't.
don't swear in it?
Mhm.
Don't act so surprised.
My next song,
I used to not really swear. Well, I guess I always kind of swear, but I used to not drop F-bombs.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I was
You
a
said-
good,
you
I was a
said
good
it-
Catholic boy.
Oh my god, shut up. Oh, I forget that you guys went to a Catholic school.
It was more like for my parents' benefit, and then I stopped.
He
giving
went to a
fuck.
private school.
Damn. Someone's about to get your ass one day, bro.
I'm about to dish you on the next 0 to 60. It's on. Marcus ain't going till fucking June. It's back and forth. Me and Apollo every week.
Bro, I would love to get in a spar with you, bro.
He ain't Packy. His real name's Patrick.
Damn. I'm about to do that B2, the Mob Deep show. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Shit.
My next song, I didn't swear in it.
Dude, when it comes to rap battles,
I'm undefeated, never lost.
When was the last time you got in a rap battle, bro?
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Diss me, bro.
Diss me.
all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. No new music coming out
No.
as of right now. We're working on yours.
Yeah.
But I don't have a
hopefully.
date yet.
And mine. But apparently he's not working on mine.
Well, yours is going to be... Well, no. I guess we'll have to work out the details for yours.
Hopefully soon with the new muse.
Hopefully soon. But until next time, I'll outro out to this beautiful
These
gem.
hoes 5-0, they'll tell it all, and these rappers all got their numbers up. Why they can't sell it all? Y'all play the game, I studied up. Y'all fake love, y'all buddy bub. My hands dirty, I'm muddied up. I'm too real, I'm one-on-one. This God given, dipping.